Good evening, guys. This is the last video from the Old Man Jim for tonight, and this is my last pop culture video for the evening. And as you can see, it's a little something you may not understand until I show it to you. This is a video of 3 items, from my absolute favorite bit of pop culture ever, Star Wars. Now, I'm going to turn my light off. Turn my light off, and you're going to see absolutely nothing because my video is going to be dark. Now, I know you can't see anything because, hello, but now you can kind of see it from my screen a little bit. Yes, I have the weapon of a Jedi Knight. This is a lightsaber. More an elegant weapon from a more civilized age, to quote Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is very appropriate considering. Let me turn my light back on. Hopefully, okay, stop being fuzzy, camera. Refocus. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi, aka Ben Kenobi's lightsaber. It's his lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4. See, this is why I turned the camera off, the light off, because it's not very impressive. You can hear igniting, power down, and if you hit it, it makes sound. It's not the only one I have. I actually have 3 of them. The second one being, of course, what color do you think it is? Now, there's only 4 colors we've seen in the canon. Blue, the typical blue and green for the Jedi Knights, but also purple for a specific BMF Jedi Master, and red for the Sith. What color is this? You'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Oops, I can't screw that up. Red for a Sith Lord. You know, it's really cool. It's really showing bright enough in the video. I probably could have just done it like off screen. Lord Vader. Unfortunately, I don't have Anakin Skywalker / Luke Skywalker's A New Hope lightsaber to compare with. But there's a switch here to turn them on. Whoops. I want to hit shit with them. These are kind of expensive. At over $100 a pop. Battery pack, 3 AA batteries. They are a pain in the rear end to change batteries on, so I don't usually leave batteries in them. But the nice thing is these are actually made out of metal. These are ForceFX Lightsabers. And it's metal hilt. These actually were based off of flash guns from movie cameras. Yeah, I really need to clean the bottom of it. You can't see it, but it's actually really dusty and dirty. But you can hear it. I'll put it up toward the microphone. The basic hum is not very good. I think the batteries are getting really low. But these blades are made out of LEDs. Well, if it was a real lightsaber, I probably would have just destroyed my hand doing that, right? The funny part is it shows up better on camera than it does in person, with the almost white core but red glow, and it actually is red to me. I gotta change the batteries on these things. But they take 3 AA's a piece. And here's the last one. This one I got as a birthday present. Those two I bought myself. This was a birthday present from a couple years ago. 3 years ago, I think. The floating stuff is actually 3 limes and lime zest, which is really nice, actually. Here's a color. I'm not going to show you the hilt until, is it red, green, blue, or purple? Find out in 3, 2, 1. Green. Unfortunately, I don't have a purple. I will get Mace Windu's when I can. Listen, it shows up better on the camera than it does in real life. In real life, it's really deep green, which isn't as cool as showing up on the camera. It shows the white core with green on the, the green, as you can see the green here. And if I turn the light off, but before I do that, let me show you who is it actually. On my television, you can see the green that I see. This is what I actually see. This is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. See his belt clip. They actually wore it like this. But if you notice, the design very closely mimics Obi-Wan's. There's a reason for that. When you watch if you watch Return of the Jedi, basically there's actually a deleted scene that takes place, considering it shows you where Luke is building his lightsaber. He's building it in Obi-Wan's hut. So he's most likely using spare parts and things that Obi-Wan left behind, because you see it's very similar to Obi-Wan's in design. Just the big difference is, there's a few differences, mostly cosmetic, but the base of them is very similar. The belt attachments are a little different. And well, the big difference is one's blue, one's green. When I cross it, now you can see. If I only have one, you see it bright white core, but if I put 2 together, also the fact the batteries are kind of dying. I'm only barely tapping them together. These are not what they call combat rated lightsabers. These are filled with LEDs. They're not that sturdy. Frankly, these are more for display than anything else. I would honestly not use. I would use them with costume, but I would not use them too much with anything else. There are ones with detachable blades, which I may want if I do get into cosplay. I have one piece of cosplay that I will be doing, but it's going to take me a while to put it together. I'm not even going to say what it is. A few people that know me know what it is, what I have, but it's going to take me a few months, if not a couple of years, to put it fully together. The parts alone cost me so far, you don't even want to know. It's about $600, and I still need other stuff to go with it that I can find commercially that are hopefully not too expensive. But there's accessories that I can't do myself that I'm going to have to send off to have somebody else do. It's going to take me a couple of years, and I will do a video on it once I get it together. But I have quite a bit of Star Wars stuff. I have some stuff in the garage, some stuff in the shed that I'll put up. I had some figures, some action figures that I bought when it became more popular to have. And Kenner finally came out with the more articulated figures, so you can put them in really cool poses. I need to get some stands for that. But, I enjoy pop culture, Star Wars, Star Trek, Super Dimension Fortress Macross / Robotech, Transformers, original Transformers, not Bayformers. Well, like I said, the first movie wasn't that bad. Second movie was, it had a couple good bits, but it really didn't make a whole lot of sense. I have not watched Bumblebee yet. I do want to see that one, and I know it's been out for quite a while. It's on video. I just haven't had a chance to rent it or anything. Or if it's been on HBO, I don't even think I have HBO. I gotta check. Or if it's on Netflix or Hulu. I got Netflix, Hulu through my cell phone service provider, and Amazon Prime. I got Amazon Video through that. Excuse me. So I'm gonna do more pop culture videos as time goes on. Just because I don't do a whole lot of rideshare videos anymore, because I don't do a whole lot of rideshare anymore. I do need to start reading some articles. I do want to give my reactions to some articles, like if there's anything on Jalopnik or Fox News, CNN. Excuse me, my throat's getting really dry. I need to get a bottle of water and maybe not drink beer while I'm doing this, but I mean, I'm done like 4 videos tonight. If I get more people, I might actually schedule a live chat. I want to see if I can schedule something with one of the other drivers, maybe Dustin or Kevin, Entrepreneur. But we'll see. I mean, we need to do some of these multiple driver videos, multiple people videos. Even if we're just talking about, we could just talk about pop culture or whatever. And Kevin, Dustin, and we're all different ages. We let's just see how things go. Maybe eventually I can get in with one of these other guys. If Dustin does a call-in video and I know he's going to do a video, I will try. I promise I'm going to try to call in if I can do it. If I can do it where I find out where I'm sitting in front of my computer, so I can actually call in. I promise to turn my speakers off, but I'll record while I'm doing it. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to do more pop culture videos as stuff comes out. I may do video game stuff, but like I said, my Xbox doesn't work except for stuff that's on the system. I've got to look. I don't know what games I actually have downloaded. I have to double check. Hopefully I can get that working. If not, I'm going to look on eBay and Amazon to see if I can get another Xbox 360. Because I have a lot of games I just really want to play, but I don't want to buy them again. And the PS4 is not backwards compatible with the PS3. Hopefully the PS5 is, so I can get PS3 versions of some Xbox 360 games. Now, granted, I can't get like exclusives like Halo. Yeah, granted, I really suck at Halo. I mean, Halo's best part was the multiplayer, and I'm terrible at multiplayer shooters. I'm terrible at shooters to begin with, and I just enjoy playing because I like the story. I do like to play them. Like I said, I'll do more pop culture videos in the coming weeks and months as stuff comes up. I will definitely do a video when I watch these movies. Star Wars is coming out this month. Rise of Skywalker. I thought The Force Awakens was okay. The Last Jedi, I had a lot of problems with. And I'm going to have to watch them again. My mustache gets a lot of liquid in it when I drink. But I'm going to maybe I'll do a couple videos on those before I watch the last, not the Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker, or whatever the hell the movie's going to end up being. I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope for it. I mean, I hope they at least do Lando a good job. But The Last Jedi was terrible. It really was. There were moments in it that were okay. Honestly, I loved Rogue One. I did love Rogue One. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to do a whole video where I'm just going to talk about Star Wars movies, starting from Episode 1 all the way to the current. But I'm going to do them in chronological order, as in not when they came out, because it's going to be all disjointed and messed up, but when they take place. So obviously Episode 1, 2, and 3. I might mention Clone Wars, which I've seen most of, and Rebels, which I've seen a little bit of. I've seen like the first 2 seasons, but I really missed the last couple seasons of it due to various things. But I think let's see if I remember correctly, it would be episode 1, 2, and 3. So Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Then no wait. Let's see, I can remember this right. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, then the Clone Wars series, which I may just mention 1 or 2 episodes. You know, a couple of my favorites. Revenge of the Sith, because the Clone Wars takes place right before Revenge of the Sith. Then Solo, which it was decent. It was good. It had a few problems, but you know, I'll discuss those in the video. Then after Solo, I would actually watch Rebels, Star Wars Rebels from Disney, which actually was pretty good. They brought Captain Rex in from and Ahsoka Tano from Clone Wars. Then after Rebels, you watch Rogue One. Rogue One honestly was excellent. There were a few things they could have done differently, but that's really just stylistic choices that I would have made that they didn't make. And you know, based on stuff I saw in the previews, that did not actually happen in the movie that was released. But Rogue One was pretty good. It was an excellent movie. It was very Star Wars because they did mostly practical effects. Not a lot of green screen, not a lot of CGI, that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I'm gonna react to. I'm just gonna tell you how I felt about all of them. Rogue One. Then immediately afterwards, you have to watch episode 4, the original Star Wars. When I first watched it, it was called Star Wars. That's all it was. There was no anticipation of it being anything else. You know, it came out in 1977, re-released in 1980 before Empire Strikes Back. You know, then it officially became Episode 4, A New Hope. Then, you know, Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Then Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Then after that, you have a whole huge gap that they really need to explore. Well, now, after Return of the Jedi, you watch The Mandalorian off of Disney Plus. And, you know, I've heard good. I don't have Disney Plus, so I don't know. My sister does, so maybe my dear sister, if you could give me a password to that, I can watch it. I'm just kidding. I'll pay for it myself. And then episodes 7, 8, and 9, like I said, frankly, episode 8 is a dumpster fire. I have a lot of problems with it. There's almost no plot. It's about as bad as Star Trek The Motion Picture. And I'll talk about Star Trek movies that I've seen separately as well. You know, all the way, I did see the original Star Trek The Motion Picture, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, honestly the best Star Trek film ever. The Search for Spock, The Voyage Home, The Undiscovered Country was number 6. Final Frontier, I forget about Final Frontier. I love Bill Shatner. He did try his best with it. When I read about the production in his book, the production was plagued by penny pinching, and it could have actually been a very good story. It's just there was so much penny pinching on it. There were a lot of problems with it. Then you have, after that, of course, you have the Undiscovered Country, then Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. I'm not going to talk about Jar Jar Abrams and his universe of Star Trek. I'm not going to talk about that. I don't like those movies at all. I saw the first one, and honestly, I hated it. I was forced to watch it. By some of my seniors. They said, I'm going to do a lot of pop culture. I do love pop culture. And talk about, you know, random stuff that I see that I enjoy. And maybe stuff that I watch and I can't stand. I'm going to talk about, Robotech, Super Dimension Forces Macross, Initial D, and One Punch Man. If you like anime and manga, I do have the mangas of some of this stuff, but also the animes as well. If you like One Punch Man, they have season 2 on Hulu. It's not on Netflix, so unfortunately you have to have Hulu to watch season 2. Initial D, they have most of them. If you want to watch Hulu, they have them there. They have some of it. There's a live action on Netflix, although it's not the same dub I originally watched. They had an English dub that I don't get to watch anymore. But honestly, subtitled is better than dub. If you watch anime, sub beats dub, because otherwise the mouth animation doesn't line up. It's really weird. And just I really enjoy a lot of pop culture stuff, and I will be talking about it. And also the Robotech reboot, which I have not finished yet. I need to get some more issues of it. It's just they don't come out very often. I don't have a subscription. And have a good night, everybody. This is my last video for the night. Take care. God bless, and peace out.